I know for a fact this video is by far the most important video, or at least one of the most important videos that I will ever make on this channel when it comes to production advice for your clothing brand. If you don't know who I am, I'm the Prince Machiavelli. I've been in the game for 8 years. I'm the owner and the founder of the infamous streetwear brand Lord Knows Clo. Over the past weekend, I had so many people hit me up with just Q&As, and I was just said, fuck it, I'm gonna take the best Q&As, or the best questions, my fault you guys, best questions when it comes to running the brand and the marketing and production, sales. And right now I'm on the production side. Me and my team took the most quality questions, and I just took that, and now I'm about to give it to y'all right here live and direct. But before I give you the answer to some of the questions that a lot of people ask me when it comes to like the production side of everything with your brand, first I just wanted to give y'all like key takeaways on just like my experience actually having skin in the game and just being in it for such a long time. So my first takeaway is do pre-order until you are seeing $250,000 a month. The reason why I say that is because I know $250,000 might seem like a lot, but a lot of people don't realize is that you're risking it so far when you're doing nothing but pre-made, but your brand is not at all trusted, it's not at all liked, and it's not even known, you know what I'm saying, to the point to where like you can go get all the pre-made in the world, fill up all these boxes like behind me, and then thinking that the world is supposed to go buy it, and now you're just sitting on months and probably years of inventory that you can't even sell. So my best advice to you that's watching this is to do not do pre-made until you are doing $250,000 a month. And trust me, I got friends that do numbers like that. I got friends that do over $1 million off of clothes, and all of it is all pre-ordered. The only thing that is in-house is the cut and sew. But when it comes to the printables like screen print and embroidery, that's all 100% pre-order. And now you can fluctuate the numbers however you want them to be. And now you're not taking no loss at all. All you're doing is getting a gain. And people don't realize as well that t-shirts is the most profitable thing. You know what I'm saying? Like cut and sew and all that, it costs the scheduling, the months, and it's not even a guarantee that that cut and sew is gonna move units like that. But a t-shirt, you can go move 1,000 of these quicker than you can move 1,000 jean jackets. You know what I mean? So always remember that. The second lesson is do not get into cut and sew until you have conquered the basic printables, and which you probably are thinking, well, what in the hell is a printable? And a printable is all screen printed and embroidery. It's basically a short term that we use for the things that we can handle domestically, we control, we got to oversee when it comes to our screen printer and our relationships with our local printers and embroidery guys and stuff like that. So my whole thing is when you go look at Supreme and Palace and all these other brands, the last thing that normally sits on the website, even when those big brands are doing hype releases, is the cut and sew. So my whole thing is if you're not known, if you're not liked by the masses yet, if you're not trusted, why would you go do straight cut and sew? Now, if you have the bag for it, if you coming into this 5-figure strong, then by any means necessary, go test it out. You know what I mean? And if that's the vision of your brand, but if you're coming in bottlenecked and you're trying to climb up here, but you haven't even conquered down here, that doesn't make no sense. I'm all about, if this is the cut and sew and the custom sneakers and all this dope stuff, let's conquer down here first and then just slowly, gradually work our way up. So we started with the shirts, and now we're doing the hoodies, and now we're doing this, and now we're doing the caps, now we're doing crazy accessories. Now we can do the cut and sew stuff, and now we have this whole entire assembly line of products. My last but not least takeaway is look at your swinging average. And a lot of people are probably like, Chris, bro, what in the hell are you talking about? And what I mean is that every product that you swing at, right, is not going to hit a home run. Now, you got to find that breakthrough product, but the only way you're going to do that is by keep throwing it out to the market, right? And it's no different than you sitting there at bat and you just keep swinging. Some products you might swing or strike out on. That's 3 strikes and you out. You thought them 3 products was going to hit and they didn't hit. One of them, you might just hit the first base, strike yourself out. The longevity of that product wasn't too long. And then one you might crack and that might hit the home run and that might change the whole trajectory of your life. So with me, when it comes to the production side of everything and the product, for me, it's all about how can I detach from this product and put it out there to the market and just let it do its thing. And like I said, I got some products that I striked out on. You know, I got some that hit out to center field and, you know, it had a little bit of longevity. And then I had some, you know, that I Barry Bonds that thing and it went into the water. You know what I mean? It was straight home run. And those are the ones that you want to just keep bringing back and produce them more and more, make the quality better, keep producing more and more to get to that goal that you want to get to, which is either 6 or 7 figures. Now, some of the questions that I got, we about about to get into those right now. So the first question is, how did you find the best manufacturers in the world to work with you? Well, my whole thing is I didn't go find the best manufacturers in the world. All I did was go find a production manager. She already had great relationships with the best manufacturers in the world. And now I leveraged her intellectual property and her skill set into my brand. Not only that, she already had, like I said, the great relationships with everybody. So I kind of got to leverage those manufacturing warehouses and those suppliers to now I can go get quality manufacturers to come work with my brand. The second question is, what did you do at the beginning when you were wearing all of the caps? Well, when it came to the production side of me wearing all the caps, I made sure that at nighttime, I'm talking to the manufacturers in China and Pakistan. When it's night for me, it's morning for them. I live in PST time. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just assuming that you live in PST. So I'm living in PST time. It was nighttime for them. So I made sure that I talked to them at night. I made sure that I kind of did all of the production stuff at nighttime rather than doing it throughout the day. And then I'm waiting to like talk to them later on, if that kind of makes sense. So my whole thing was I need to learn tech packs. I need to understand negotiation with my suppliers, all these different things, but I did it all at nighttime when they were up. So rather than me just like winging it my whole day, it's like I do all the tech packs in the morning. And then if I'm tired later that night or whatever it may be, I'm going to the club or whatever. It's like, damn, like now it feels like a drag to go talk to the manufacturers at nighttime when they're up. But what I did was I was like, fuck that. These days I'm completely counting out of my schedule and I'm focused on getting everything right with my manufacturer. So that's where I really understood quality of communication with these manufacturers and the sampling and the tech packs and the fabrics and the swatch, the color swatches and all these different things that you need. And that's how I did it at the beginning. And when I wore all those caps, I kind of had an understanding. And then when I brought in my production manager, she just took it to a whole other level for me. The third question is, how much is your production manager monthly and what exactly does she do? So my production manager is the best in the world. I love her with so much gratitude. I have so much respect for that woman. She has done nothing but save my life in many different ways, especially when it comes to running my brand. And basically the way I pay my production manager is I pay her by the monthly. So I pay her $3,000 a month. So if she gets paid $36,000 a year, 12 times 3, yeah, $36,000 a year. Yeah, and basically everything that she does for me is she handles all of my international, she handles all of my domestic production, international production. She has staff directory of all the manufacturers that we work with hands-on. She handles all of my communication. She builds out all of my tech packs. She does all of my sampling. She literally does everything for me. Every single thing production, I don't even worry about within my own clothing brand. And that is like a huge blessing because that's saving me 60 to 100 hours a month that I can take now and take that time and that energy and that real estate in my mind with my time and with my money. And now I can go do it into some more innovation and dope ideas and stuff like that I want to do with my clothing brand. Question number 4, what is the best wholesale supplier? And for me, the best wholesale supplier is S&S Activewear. That's who I've always gone to ever since I got into this game. If you go over to use them, tell them that Chris from Lord Knows Clothes sent you over there and they will take good care of you. That's where I go get all my blanks when it comes to domestic, like all my screen printing, all these long sleeves and beanies and embroidery and all that good stuff. That's where I go get all of my blanks, send those over to my screen printer, and then he gets the job done for me. And the last question is, why did you make a TikTok exposing screen printers screwing over people? Because a lot of people don't realize, and it kind of goes to like this, the last question I was just asked about like the wholesale, right? If you don't have a wholesale account with a wholesale supplier when it comes to like your garments, but now when you go to the screen printer to go get the shirts, he's going to screw you over. So rather than the shirt being only like $3 or $4, he might charge $8 or $12 depending on if you a headache to him or whether if he likes you or whatever, but that's extra money for the screen printer. He's literally making an extra $300 to $500, maybe even $600 to $800 on you, depending on the quantity of the shirts that you get. So you always want to make sure that you go get your shirts from a blank wholesale supplier, right? And you always want to make sure that you overnight deliver those shirts over to him because he is a screen printer at the end of the day. It's not his obligation to go buy your blanks for you. It's his obligation to bag, tag, fold, and print. That is it. He shouldn't be going to buy your shirts for you at all because all he's going to do is just add up all that extra cost. And that's where you end up in a fucked up spot. And then you're just going to be crying me a river. So if you like this type of advice and if you like this free game and if you like all this clothing brand and personal advice and everything that I went through from my experience, click the link right here. You're going to like the next video.